Hey guys, so we're here to talk about the new iPhone 6s. You may have seen different ads around saying the only thing that changed is everything. Not completely true. Apple has spent time though focusing on the camera. So that's what we're going to talk about here today. So if you look on the outside, you actually don't see much different about the new camera, but on the inside, there's brand new sensors on the front and the back camera. There's a new 12 megapixel image sensor in the back. There's also a new 5 megapixel camera up front for selfies and things like that. Selfies obviously are really popular, and this lets you take higher quality ones than before. But we're gonna focus more on the rear camera here because that's what most people take their photos with. The big advantage, not necessarily the spec so much as the fact that it's just newer. Sensor manufacturers get better year after year after year. So the new sensor, even though the pixels aren't much bigger or anything, it's gonna be better in low light, better dynamic range, just in general gonna be a more responsive camera. So in addition to the hardware changes, Apple's also done some cool things with software. One of the coolest ones is the new live photo feature. And what this does basically is when you go to take a photo, it'll also capture a 3-second video. It gives you a 1.5 seconds of what leads up to the photo and what happens afterwards. So it's constantly capturing things, and it just sort of, when you take a photo, it just saves it. It does eat up a little more space. It's about double the size of a normal photo by itself, but it's a cool little feature. It sort of lets you capture a moment and then sort of the context around it. And if you don't want it, you can always just turn it off. The big addition is 4K video. Now, 4K video is 4 times the resolution of regular old full HD 1080p video. Because it's so much more information, you're gonna get a much sharper picture, but it's gonna eat up a lot more space. Apple's actually gone ahead and turned off 4K by default because they don't want you wasting all your space shooting 4K video if you have very limited internal memory. So you have to go hunting through the menu actually to turn it on. Beyond the 4K stuff, Apple's also gone into their slow-mo feature and upped that to 1080p video. So you're gonna get sharper video in slow motion too. The one thing they did not add is optical stabilization in the 6S. You'll still only find that feature in the 6S Plus, which is the bigger one. So otherwise, the iPhone really hasn't changed all that much. The lens is the same, the camera hump is the same, the camera app is, again, basically the same, and that's a good thing. In general, we're glad they sort of kept things consistent and sort of just improved things in some of the areas where they really needed to improve. We're in the middle of testing this now, so we're gonna have better results soon. If you wanna check out all our test results, sample photos, things like that, head over to review.com.